Today in Canada, the unemployment rate for youth is almost double that of the national average. Unfortunately, this statistic is not new, and the reality is the unemployment rate for Canadian youth has changed very little since the early 1970s, despite there being less youth that require employment within our shifting demographics. For the past decade, many experts have claimed there will be a mass exodus of baby boomers from the workforce, resulting in a massive skilled worker shortage that would be crippling to the Canadian economy. The reality is this trend is occurring at a much slower pace than previously expected, creating a much more competitive labor market for younger workers. It is predicted that today's youngest workers will hold 12 to 15 jobs over the course of their lifetime. So how can we assist the next generation of Canadian youth to successfully meet the uncertain workforce demands of tomorrow? Part of this solution will be for secondary, post-secondary, and employment training institutions to integrate more experiential learning opportunities into their curriculum, which should also include what transferable skills employers are looking for. It is also critical that those that are in positions to influence change in Canada engage with youth, listen to youth, and act in a much less prescriptive manner with respect to policies that affect all youth. Indigenous youth in Canada are the fastest growing segment of the population and one of Canada's greatest potential resources. Colonization, institutional racism, and uneven educational funding have created unique barriers that have led to much higher rates of unemployment and underemployment among Canada's Indigenous youth. Equal educational funding and improved access and support for Indigenous youth while attending post-secondary and apprenticeship training will be vital for Canada's future economic success. In rural Canada, youth out-migration is becoming a much larger issue. Labor market data indicates that rural youth have been migrating in relatively large numbers to urban centers, and only 37% plan on returning to a rural community. Providing entrepreneurial training opportunities, mentoring, and access to capital will be critical for the economic success of rural Canada. We need to assist and empower youth to do their own labor market research and provide them with current and accurate labor market information about where the future jobs will be and what training will be required to be successful in these positions. Advances in technology, an aging population, globalization, and a fluctuating resource-based economy are just a few of the challenges that will require a highly skilled workforce in order for Canada to remain economically competitive for years to come.